Yo, what is up, guys? Matchu here, back for another video, and today the Destiny 2 gameplay trailer was revealed, and holy shit, I am super hyped. Like if you guys don't know, I loved Destiny 1, especially year 1. I kind of got out of it during year 2, but I'm extremely hyped for Destiny 2. From the trailer that I saw today, everything looked pretty good. We got 3 new subclasses. And yeah, so today I'm going to be talking about like all the new things that are coming to Destiny 2, and yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so first off, in Destiny 2, the story is going to play a lot bigger role than it did in Destiny 1, because we all know in Destiny 1, the story was just everywhere. You had to learn everything from Grimoire cards and everything. Like, there wasn't like a really like good story, but in Destiny 2, like I said, the story is going to have a bigger focus. There's going to be more cinematic cutscenes, more missions than ever, and basically the premise of the story is the Cabal and their leader, I forget how to pronounce it, Gaul, I think. He basically wants to take the Traveler's power and light for himself and all his Cabal alien race. And yeah, that's basically what's going on. They're fucking shit up right now. Anyways, on to the next point. Next up, we have a new weapon system. So, I'm not too sure about this one. I actually like the old one, and it still looks like it's going to be fairly similar. They're just changing a few things. But, so obviously there's going to be new weapons, new armor, and the weapons are now broken down into 3 types. And so there's kinetic, energy, and power weapons instead of primary, secondary, and heavy. And they said the goal is to give players more freedom. I don't necessarily know what they mean by that, because I don't know, it still seems the same. It just sounds like they're just changing the name. But also there's going to be some new weapons, including grenade launchers. So who knows, man? There could be a kick-ass grenade launcher in Destiny 2 that we might have to go for. Alright guys, now this is where it gets exciting. We have new abilities. So there's still the 3 base classes of Titan, Warlock, and Hunter. But there's new subclasses. And those are Dawnblade, which is the Solar Warlock subclass. Sentinel, which is the Void Titan subclass. And Arcstrider, which is the Arc Hunter subclass. And when I first started Destiny, I actually played a Warlock, a Voidwalker Warlock, and I switched to a Hunter, and I mained a Hunter for the rest of the game. I love Hunters, so I'm extremely hyped for the Arcstrider. What they have is like, it's kind of like a staff of lightning. It's almost like a monk, I guess. And then the Warlock has a sword that also allows you to fly around. And the Titan has his ability is like a shield, almost like Captain America out this bitch. Lets you block shit. You can throw it. So that's kind of like a combination of the bubble and their hammer. Actually, that's pretty cool. Although I'm probably least excited for the Titan. I'm not a big like Titan player. I'm more into Hunters for sure, and then Warlocks. But yeah, I am extremely hyped for these subclasses. They look really interesting, and they look like they're going to bring a lot to the game. It's going to really freshen it up again. It's going to give me that feeling of like just starting out and just like learning everything new. Like, that's why I love Destiny. That's why I fell in love with it. Alright guys, now this one is kind of interesting. So obviously Crucible is a hot topic in Destiny lately. Some say it's broke, some say it's too slow, or you know, whatever the case. I actually don't enjoy it too much anymore, and that's one of the reasons I don't play Destiny that much. But so there's some big changes coming. One of them being is they're making every game mode a 4v4. Like, I'm not too sure how I feel about this one, because I feel like I have a lot of friends that really enjoy Destiny, and limiting us to 4 players is, I'm not too sure how I feel about that. But anyways, they're going to be changing the HUD too. It'll give you new information, like whether your opponents have a super available, if they're carrying power ammo, which I assume is like heavy ammo. And they're saying that this is going to allow for more strategic gameplay. It probably won't. We know the community. People are idiots. Anyways, moving on. Alright, next up, this is kind of a nice change. I like this. So, apparently there's going to be less loading, which is always nice. And you'll be able to launch missions and patrols and all this without having to go to orbit every time. Usually when you finish something, you have to go to orbit, then you can launch it, then you go back. But they're saying that you won't have to go to orbit to do these things. It's actually really cool. Also, they're saying like when you're on patrol, there will be characters that will send you places, and there will be places where you can find hidden dungeons and bosses with bonus loot. It's bringing a lot more to the open world aspect of Destiny. Speaking of patrols and new areas, we're going to begin a few new areas actually. One of them called the European Dead Zone. This is where humanity flees after the tower is destroyed. Another new area is Titan, which is the moon of Saturn, and this is filled with human structures from the Golden Age. Another one is, I don't know how to pronounce this, I think it's Nessus. But this is a planetoid taken over by the Vex that's been turned into a machine world. And lastly, the final one we heard about is Lo, I think that's how it's pronounced, and that is the moon of Jupiter. So these should be nice, as long as we're not going back to the goddamn Cosmodrome. I swear to God, I lose Cosmodromes every time I go back there. I'm sick of it. Alright, so this one is also pretty interesting, actually. So, they did do this in Destiny 1, and it just wasn't as, like, big of a deal, I guess. I feel like they're trying to make this more prominent in Destiny 2, but they're adding clan support and matchmaking. So, like I said, there were clans in Destiny 1, but they weren't really, like, that big of a deal. But in Destiny 2, so apparently there's going to be, like, dedicated groups, obviously, and you'll be able to, like, have custom banners and names. And they want players to join clans so they can, come together and do raids, trials, nightfalls, and, yeah, really just make the game more social. Because, like, in Destiny 1, like, if your friends weren't online, you really couldn't find a raid unless you went on LFG, but I personally hate LFG. And yeah, so this is actually going to be good. Hopefully I can just recruit a bunch of you guys into our clan and we can just raid together. Like, let's do this. So that was pretty much it, guys. Those are some of the biggest changes coming to Destiny 2. If you haven't seen the trailer already, I will link it in the description, along with the site where I got all this information from. And yeah, like, I am super hyped. I just really hope that they do not fuck it up. I want it to be good, because I love Destiny so much, if you couldn't tell already. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one.
Wherever I go, wherever I see, I remember you. If you remember